2010, earthquakes caught on security camera. In January 2020, a 7.7 magnitude earthquake impacts the Caribbean, with the epicenter just south of Cuba in the Cayman Trough. This is exactly what occurred in a liquor store. Izmir is the third largest city in western Turkey, located on the east bank of the Aegean Sea, after Istanbul and Ankara. Izmir is Turkey's third most populated city and serves as the country's main export hub. The region is seismically active, and this activity peaked around Halloween of 2020. An earthquake of between 6.6 and 7.0 magnitude struck around 9 miles off the coast of Samos, Greek island south of Izmir, on October 30th, 2020. Employees at a city advertising agency braced themselves in their offices, hoping that the building would not fall beneath them. As she sacrifices everything to get her phone, we learn where the girl in green's priorities lie. We see hanging lights dangling in the lobby as the girl in green struggles to find something to grab onto. Another man rushes to cover beneath a desk as a light fixture falls from the ceiling. As other office workers scramble to cling onto something sturdy, rolling desks and chairs slide across the floor. A tumbling printer nearly knocks down one woman. The primary quake was followed by 1,400 aftershocks, with 43 of them measuring 4.0 magnitude. The original tremor also caused a tsunami, causing damage to several coastal communities throughout the province. Haiti, which is also in the Caribbean, is located in one of the most seismically active areas. The tectonic plates here are continuously rubbing up against each other. Port-au-Prince, Haiti's capital, is located immediately on a fault line that occasionally releases massive amounts of seismic pressure. These CCTV clips are from the 2010 earthquake in Haiti. 100,000 buildings fell in less than a minute. The quake affected over 3 million people, with over 200,000 individuals killed. The magnitude of the earthquake was merely 7.0. However, unlike in other countries with fault lines, virtually few of Haiti's buildings were built to withstand earthquakes. Because of the poverty of Haiti, individuals build anywhere and whenever they can. Because no building rules were enforced, the capital's many multi-story concrete buildings collapsed in a lethal heap due to insufficient stability. Over 1 million individuals have been made homeless. Haiti never fully recovered from the disaster of 2010. More earthquakes, destroyed infrastructure, and poor living circumstances have plagued the country in recent years, leading to illness outbreaks, civil upheaval, and now gang warfare. Yan is a prefecture-level city in China's western Sichuan province. They are particularly concerned about monsoons, floods, and landslides because they are located immediately below the Tibetan Plateau. However, this does not mean they are immune to other natural disasters. A 6.1 magnitude earthquake rocked Yan City on June 1, 2022. Several CCTV cameras located throughout the neighborhood filmed everyone's quick reaction. Some of the most compelling video comes from Lushan Middle School, where pupils had clearly practiced earthquake exercises. When the earthquake hits, a terrified mother grabs her child and rushes toward the door. She pauses, though, because debris may be falling in front of the entrance. A sleeping dog flees after the earthquake disrupts his nap. Students at Lushan Middle School instinctively cover behind their desks as they hear the distant sirens. When it is safe, their teacher orders everyone to leave the classroom. About 9 seconds before the earthquake, an early warning was sent to 10 million individuals in the vicinity of the epicenter. Perhaps that's what the pupils in the second classroom heard over the intercom as they all dove under their desks almost simultaneously. Syria was already experiencing the consequences of a civil war that had raged for 12 years. The crisis is estimated to have affected 18 million people in Turkey and Syria. A complete residential building collapses on itself in this image. Pancaking occurs when each floor crushes the one underneath it. Over 55,000 individuals were killed or went missing, while nearly 130,000 were injured. The anticipated damages in Turkey alone are $34 million. It will take years to repair all of the damage. Sulawesi is one of the 5 major Indonesian islands. The country is the world's biggest archipelago, with over 18,000 islands and inlets under Indonesian authority. The majority of those islands are located in a complex tectonic setting between the Australian, Pacific, Philippine, and Sunda plates, making them extremely vulnerable to earthquakes and tsunamis. A 7.5 magnitude earthquake struck the Minahasa Peninsula, a narrow strip of land along the Gulf of Tamini, on September 28, 2018. In addition to 150 aftershocks, the quake caused multiple 5-feet tsunami waves to crash into the coast. Then a gigantic 18-feet tsunami swept across the entire island. A tiny audience appears to be prepared for a performance. The earthquake then occurs. The CCTV camera rattles as the mob disperses in all directions. Again, loose objects fall from the roof, and panicked people physically fling themselves over the tables. Water floods the perimeter, causing the floor tiles to fracture and pop out of place. Meanwhile, when the earthquake hits, the security cameras near the port almost fall off their posts. They survive long enough to capture a loading crane collapsing and smashing down the pavement. Dashcam footage from near the coast shows the earthquake striking Katapalu. As people scramble for cover, trees bend back and forth, and water pours over the seawall, prompting one man to consider if it's safe to get in his car and drive away. According to Vox, the earthquake destroyed thousands of structures and caused a humanitarian calamity. An earthquake in coastal areas increases the likelihood of another natural phenomenon, a tsunami. Shortly after an earthquake in Turkey, you can witness how quickly a parking lot becomes completely submerged in water. An earthquake's pressure displaces massive amounts of water. This can result in the formation of enormous waves, or, on occasion, simply steady and prolonged flooding as water levels increase. This was the result of the 2020 Aegean Sea earthquake. A tsunami triggered by this earthquake, measuring 7.0 on the Richter scale, arrived 15 minutes after the main shock. Thankfully, no one was killed, but there was extensive damage to property and automobiles. Outside is the safest place to be during an earthquake. However, in a tsunami, that is the last place you want to be. These images were also shot during the Aegean earthquake in 2020. Streams of people rush from high-rise buildings to the safety of open space. Modern structures such as this are built on foundations engineered to accommodate seismic movement or with materials such as steel that are designed to wobble but not collapse. We observe civilians fleeing towards the coast. They'll have to move rapidly away again in 15 minutes to avoid getting their feet wet. Clark International Airport is located in the northern Philippines and serves both domestic and international flights. Clark's history begins in 1919, when the United States Army converted the region into an airstrip, which functioned as an important overseas post throughout World War II. Clark International Airport opened in 1996 after the Philippine government acquired control in the early 1990s. A 6.1 magnitude earthquake jolted Clark International and everyone inside 23 years later on April 22, 2019. Travelers grabbed their loved ones and fled for safety, but some became stuck when rubble began to fall from the roof. As the earthquake shakes everything inside, including our CCTV cameras, a terminal packed of excited travelers devolves into mayhem. After passing through security, one man becomes stuck on a stairwell. He nearly drags the entire line behind him. Another security squad panics and flees for shelter. Two individuals are narrowly missed when debris and light fittings fall from the ceiling. People cover their heads and pray for the best at the check-in area, and at the end of the line, we see a few men just escape outside before the roof crashes in over them. One thing is evident from the after images of check-in in the departure area. Clark International Airport was recently destroyed by a huge earthquake. A 6.6 magnitude earthquake rocked Sichuan Province, China, on September 5, 2022. Its primary objective was Liaodong County, which has a population of around 86,000 people. Things could have been far worse had it missed Sichuan's capital city of Chengdu, home to more than 21 million people. When the earthquake shook Liaodong County, a couple was driving home. Their dashcam captured the entire incident as the ground shook around them. As the earthquake hits, our driver slams on the brakes. The way the trees bend back and forth makes it appear as if a tornado is tearing through town. Awnings collapse into mounds of dust, and we witness one man racing for his life along the road. Our driver considers driving to the side, but determines they are safer in the middle of the street, away from falling debris. According to reports, all 21 million residents in Chengdu felt the quake, but the most of the damage was concentrated in Liaodong County. The earthquake also caused a few landslides, damaging several roads and homes around the epicenter. However, residents of Liaodong allege that the earthquake was so powerful that it was difficult to stay upright. We're inclined to believe them based on the dashcam evidence. These images were also shot during the Aegean earthquake in 2020. Streams of people rush from high-rise buildings to the safety of open space. Modern structures such as this are built on foundations engineered to accommodate seismic movement or with materials such as steel that are designed to wobble but not collapse. We observe civilians fleeing towards the coast. They'll have to move rapidly away again in 15 minutes to avoid getting their feet wet. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share so that I'm more enthusiastic about making videos that are more interesting.